About to call this July meeting of the Mayor Carroll Board and Alderman to order. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beasley?
Here.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Here.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Here.
Ms. Beth Lawson? Here. Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Here.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson? Mayor Stixberry?
Here. We do have a quorum. Warren, will you say opening prayer for us, please, sir?
Dear Heavenly Father, as we bow in your presence, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the many blessings of life that you bestowed upon us. Now lead us, guide, direct, and protect each one that's assembled here today. Watch over the leaders of the city, the aldermen, give them knowledge and wisdom to take care out the work of to benefit the city. These favors are asked in your name. Amen.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Get about time to look at the minutes of the prior meeting, regular meeting, and the special meeting we had for the certificate of compliance for the liquor store at 141. Anybody need any extra time for the minutes? Do I hear a motion we approve the minutes of the regular meeting and the special meeting as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Second motion.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, citizens input.
That'd be me.
That'd be you, David.
Okay, I just want to address the problem that happened to me on, with you back June 14th. A water problem coming off the mountain, hit me in my front door. And some of you know about it, some of you's gone, I'm not sure. But I'd like to have that addressed, see what we can do about getting that taken care of, because I can't take another lick like that. It was just terrible, terrible. I'm still going through it. Washed out pretty much the whole lower part of the house, lost a lot. And the water, we're gonna have to do something about that water. It's just too much coming down in one spot. It's all been rerouted, nothing's slowing it down. So anybody that understands, know about what I'm talking about. I live 266 East Maple Street. You can see the creek right there, see where Trussell is. Go above it, you see whatever. I mean, if you want to see anything that I've got video, I've got photographs, and I've got other stuff too about the problem. So if you see here to address that problem.
Well, I've talked, and I was out there with you that day.
Yes.
And as were a lot of us that day. Little backstory for everybody. That was the day we had the 3 inches of rain in 30 minutes. We had to flash
Yes,
flood.
we had a lot of rain.
We had 3 inches of rain in 30 minutes. And
I'm not arguing that point.
I understand. Yeah, true. I mean, I was there. I know. But I'm going to talk to Frank about that. You know, you're talking about that happened, what, 20 years ago or longer, maybe? Or 30 years ago?
That didn't happen. We had water from the underground.
Well, they had water problem there before. And
but we fixed that.
Right, under the stormwater program, if I'm not mistaken, CJUC worked on that, went in there and worked on that, put a liner. There's a liner in that little branch you're talking about.
Yes, there is.
And rocked it. And I talked to Frank, and they've got to get permits and permission from TDEC in order to get back in there and do anything. So Frank is aware of that, and he is going to try to find what they can do about that.
Yeah.
So like I said, that was just a terrible situation. I mean, there wasn't a ditch in Carroll didn't overflow that day at that period of time.
My only argument, it's not an argument at all. I agree with everything you say. But the point is the creek's full.
Right.
Sediment, and the culvert's full of sediment, actually there's water going in on one end and ain't coming out the other end. So it's broken in the middle somewhere, the culvert is.
Okay.
So, if we get another big rain, we got one on July 10th, and it came over that day. It just came over the banks and then ran down the road. If it kept on raining, I'd had it in my house.
Okay. Like I said,
It's a pretty immediate situation, you know what I'm saying?
I understand
If
totally.
we get another big rain, it's gonna get my house.
Well,
Stop it.
I understand. Like I said, Frank, I talked to Frank about it, and he has to go through, you just can't get in there and start moving stuff, because T-Deck will get on it.
I understand that.
But he has been, he is in the process of getting permits and permission from T-Deck to get in there and see what they can do with it. So, as soon as they can, they will. I will contact him again in the morning and see how far along he is on that.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
But I understand what you're-
Like I said, I've lost a bunch.
Yeah, I understand, and I was there that day, and it was something, the water, all that water. But anyway, like I said, Frank's aware of it, and I will contact him in the morning again and see how far along he is with getting that, because that is part of the stormwater.
I talked to Frank too.
Yeah,
I talked to Frank.
okay, that is part of the stormwater. So he is in the process of trying to remedy that, or help you with that situation.
That's all I'm asking.
Okay,
That's
but
all
I
I'm
said,
asking.
I will call him in the morning.
I know what I've lost, you just have to take that with great salt, but, it could be a lot worse.
True.
People got hurt.
Yeah. Like I said, I will call him again in the morning and see where that process is. I sure will, Dave.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks for bringing it to our attention.
Anybody else? I guess that's us. All right, communication from me. Three things. The Hardys up on the mountain, I was up there this past weekend, and they are moving right along with it. They got all the sheetrock done, they got all the glass in it. I don't know the exact opening date, but they
They're
are.
taking applications at the Wafala parties right now for it.
Okay, well, good, so they're working toward it, that's great, so they're moving right along. Also, the dialysis clinic over here on Dogwood Road, they did come and get their, building permit. I was here that day, the contractor was here, and their start date, I think, is the 12th or 13th of this week, is their projected start date, if they can get everybody together. I asked him when their completion date was. He said January 1 is the date that he needs to be out there, but he said barring bad weather, he should be out there before then. So that's another good thing going on. Also, we got our ATV signs up. David and guys worked real hard there one day and got up what we got. We're short a few signs, but we've got those on order to put some up a couple different places, but he got the basic ones up. But so that's three positives right there that's going on. Things is looking good. So
I got some calls from some folks on Loop Road. They said they had a little bit of crazy four-wheeler activity, but I think these were pre-existing folks that didn't give them problems. I don't think it's new folks, but we get chief to kind of.
okay.
I just have a question too. When you come out here at the end of Bruce Gap Road on the 63, the ATV sign has an arrow pointing this way. But that whole road, 63 is
Yeah,
all of
right.
that road. But if the arrow points this, it says ATV route and it points this way.
Yeah, but it go the other. Yeah, that may be one of the signs you didn't have enough of. I don't know if you had enough arrow signs or not, but it can go that. It goes all the way to.
It goes both ways at Bruce County.
Yeah, he needs that. They need to add another
Or
arrow.
just take it down. Take the arrow down. Because I thought, why does it have an arrow? It's like on the stop sign, or
Yeah.
like right before the stop sign or something, and it points this way.
Yeah,
And I thought, if I'm riding, I'm going that way,
Yeah.
most likely, unless you go over Carroll Mountain, we'd go to Red Ash.
yeah.
But, it points this way, so I don't know.
Well, that might be either take it down or I said add an arrow, where you can go either way.
Right.
Either end over. Okay, I'll mention that. Okay. All right, anything else? All right. Financial report.
June 2017 in the Town of Carrollville General Fund is $526,231.76. Reserved for special fire protection fees, $101,023.09. Reserved for rainy day fund is $45,000. Adjusted general fund balance is $380,208.67. In the state street aid fund is $58,757.62. In the industrial fund is $868.89. And our drug fund is $10,874.05. Our revenue for the month of June 2017, $109,781.89. Our expenditures for the month of June is $93,604.61, with a difference of $16,177.28.
Okay, now, you all remember that is down some from last month. We're still on a plus, but we're not as plus as we was last month, being that it was end of the fiscal year, and they paid off everything we had as far as all of our accounts were paid up to date. Is that not correct? So that's why that number was down, because everything was paid up to the end of the fiscal year. So a lot of stuff they paid early just to get the fiscal year paid off. Okay, and also this is the last report from last year's budget, and we ended up 93%, 7% under budget for last year, which is good. Looks like I only had a couple that was over, but nothing was over a lot. Just a few things was over a little bit. A lot was under, but all in all, I think that was good management on everybody's part to come in 7% under. All right, do I hear a motion we approve the financial report as presented?
Make a motion.
Second. Discussion? Call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beasley?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson? Mayor Stixberry?
Yes, motion carries. All right, reports from council members. Dwayne, police department?
Town of Carrollville monthly report for the month of June. We had 236 complaints. We had 236 complaints. And out of those complaints, we had 14 arrests. We patrolled 8,452 miles. We have 29 citations, and we had 6 drug arrests, and we had 25 accidents. That's it for the month of June.
Ms. Beth?
The lottery report, we had 1,004 items checked out, 864 items checked in. There was 425 e-books checked out. They added 10 new people. They added 16 items and deleted 96. They had 177 computer users. They loaned 7 books, borrowed 19, and the total library attendance was 407.
Wow.
Okay. Also on that note, Robin is home, and she's doing well. She's doing pretty well, considering she's doing well. Okay, Mr. Smith, fire department.
Last month we had auto accidents with injury, had 6 of them, 27 firemen responded for a total of 9 hours. Auto accidents without injury, 4, 21 firemen responded for 2.5 hours. 1 vehicle fire, 5 firemen responded for an hour and a half. Mutual aid was given twice, 6 firemen for 4.5 hours. Set up landing zones for livestock twice, 6 firemen for an hour. False calls, alarms, had 4 of them, 11 respondents for 2.5 hours. 1 extrication on a vehicle accident, and had firemen install a smoke alarm at 2 houses. A total of 20 calls for 365.5 man-hours.
Busy month. Okay. Patrick, you want to give a report on your retail academy you had today?
Today, Teresa and I went to Retail Academy, which was over at Pellissippi on the Blount County campus. It was very informative on things such as how to draw in retailers, how to make sure you treat the process as a marathon and not a sprint, because it is a long-term process, site selection, how to best utilize the empty buildings / lots you already have. As a new council member, it was very informative to me of how the process works. And I think between that and the stuff I'm going to do tomorrow, we've got a lot of good information coming to us.
That's what we need. Yeah, it is, like, you know, on that note, it is a marathon. It's not a, you know, you just can't, they just don't come in overnight.
You don't call a party and say, hey, come to 141 and they start building.
No, it's a long process for anything like that. A lot of people don't understand, but it is a long process. Okay. Any old business? Okay, now before we get to new business, I'd like to add one item, if you all wouldn't mind, to approve to bid out for the salt spreader and the blade for the F-250 in the street department. We did budget that in this year's budget, and they will go ahead and get the bids out for that. I mean, I know it's July, but it's never too early to go ahead and get that stuff on order. You know, before you know it, it'll be fall, and you know what comes after that. So add that to number 6, please. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to add to the agenda.
Okay.
Second.
Call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beasley?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Louis Lawson? Mayor Stigsbury?
Yes. Motion carries. All right. Thank you. All right. New business. Number 1. Council discuss janitorial bids. And it is that time of year again. And in front of you, you have the bid opening sheet of the summary of the bids. We had bids anywhere from $425 all the way to $560 and all in between. And also you have in front of you, the packages from the bidders. Most of the bidders. So I'm going to throw it out to council members for your all discussion.
Well, first off, with Picky Queen, they did it a weekly basis, and their package was light. Of the two, we got the 2 425 ones. Connie has good references. Alicia has excellent references. Her reference sheet was by far the best one of any of the packages, and she has the lowest bid. So we'll go ahead and point that out right now.
Anybody else have any thoughts?
How often do they come?
After hours. They close. They come Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Which is a month, which is a year.
Who's for these out? Does the county for these out ourselves, or is it something we've done? These
It's
sheets
just
here.
an all done on call references.
This is the reference sheet
This is
you're
the
referring
reference
to.
sheet.
And you made the calls to the folks
I
in
did.
this.
When is it up?
Seventh, or the first week of August. First week now. August, the first week of August for.
The, having insurance and be wrong.
I do have a lot of insurance, yes.
Get to.
That's your two little bit. That's what it is.
Ms. Hill, will your bid, does that include the cleaning supplies?
When I spoke to the lady up front, she said that they had all that here.
We have all.
We have everything. bearing with us, we're going. And you got this many, we're.
My name is David Curtis. I'm already here. David. David Curtis. David. David Gibbs. Yeah, that's right.
So that would be fine.
There you go.
About the month's meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just calculating big time on that.
Yeah, that's, I thought that was really something.
The fact that that's somewhere,
Where you are?
Sorry. Track. Everybody had a chance to look? Does I still need some time?
We need just a little bit.
Okay, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Did all of them have liability insurance? Oh, okay, okay, all right, okay, okay, all right. Okay, all right. That's what we're talking about. Insurance. If we're going to get to the minimum
Wish you already had your liability insurance in place.
I don't. I do not. I did have it in, last year.
You have in the past?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
I've already called about it. And
Okay.
can get it.
Just checking. Since I have, actually have you here to grill about it. change. We don't have to know what's on the file. So we're sure that-
This starts in August.
Okay. You know what that?
They start the first week of August, I think.
First week of August, this month, right?
I just need to show that we did this for the spring of the public meeting. So, could you fill it out? I just need your name and address, I'll show it was a public meeting.
I'll open the floor for motion.
I'll
You
make-
have one?
I'll make the motion based on her bid of 425 and strength of her references that we award it to Alicia Kelly.
Second motion.
Discussion. Call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beasley?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
No.
Mayor Stixberry?
Yes, motion carries.
I was like, you can't vote.
Ms. Taylor, you did say that you have your insurance?
Yes, I can get it tomorrow,
Okay, if you would please provide,
all the information.
yes, verification of that. All right. All right, number 2, council to approve Open Arms Ministry to reschedule road drive from July 6th to August the 5th. We did approve them for July 6th. They asked to cancel and reschedule. You know of anything going on that day? No? Okay, do I hear a motion, we grant them August 5th?
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Discussion? Call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beasley?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson? Mayor Stixberry?
Yes, motion carries. All right, council to approve, to consider, to accept credit cards for general payments through in-court. Could you explain that, please, Mr. Tracy?
With in-court, we've had them for over a year. We use them to pay our tickets for city court. But we are not set up for this like general fund. And with that, we can take credit cards over the phone, call liquids, use a business license, and other things, copies and stuff like that.
And the fee, like this here goes to,
Yeah, it goes to, because we don't get charged for that.
okay.
So
There's
we're getting our
no
money.
charge to us.
So we're going more electronic,
We're going more electronic,
less paper.
less paper.
I think it's a good idea.
It's more convenience to the contractors coming in and getting.
Well, it's more convenient to anybody,
Everybody.
to everybody.
We can do more things over the phone, so if you're coming in, it's, gotta get with the times. more or less.
Right. Okay.
I make a motion that we adopt this
In court.
in court.
Now, does this have anything to do with, the thing that we already have in place? Because we
already have it in place now, it's just to pay just to pay tickets. But we're not in place to do like the general fund, it's just like
Okay.
other things that we do on a regular basis. Even copies, we can also take credit cards now for copies, billing, anything that has to do with money, we can accept credit cards.
Now, do we have to have a credit card reader, or can you just do it by number?
We just do it by number, we don't have to have a reader. And that's why we don't get charged.
Okay, just do it by number, okay.
Now, would you?
The only
Well,
credit
okay,
card
I
that there's
got
is
what you
like your
said.
card, we don't have to do that. So we don't have to purchase any of the card readers.
There's no equipment.
There's no.
This is just an agreement where they accept credit cards for us.
Okay. Motion by Dwayne, do I hear a second? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Teasley?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mayor Stixberry?
Yes, motion carries. Number 4, council discuss safety grant with TML. Is this the one we have every year with is it TML? It's one we have every year with them?
I don't think so. I think last year, I think we had it with the state.
This is the same one.
Same one?
Is this the same
Same
one?
one.
There's some discrepancies on the price. I think it's more this year than what we've got in the past.
It's showing $3,000, isn't it?
For years, each department's got $600-something. Now they're saying
Got that
1,000.
dreaded number, wasn't it?
Yeah.
666.
So I don't know.
They'll reimburse us up to 50% of the cost. So we can get $3,000, but it's up to $1,500.
Okay.
And
Well, the grant's a grant, don't hurt to apply for it. If you get it, that's great. We've got it about every year so far, haven't we, Eddie?
Remember when we was doing the budget?
Right.
Some of the line items in there was $700.
Right. Okay, we allowed for this. Okay. Fair motion, we apply for the TML pool safety grant.
Make a motion that we apply for the TML safety grant.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Ms. Beth, discussion?
Just clarification, this should be the one that sends paperwork in for it.
Yes, sir.
Just find out, make sure what it is, because it falls back on the classification levels before we stand up and talk workers' comp. Just to make sure we've not bumped up a class. It's at 1,500, so that'd be 75, 50 for everybody, but 750. Just find out.
Find out.
What class for sure we're in? Get the maximum, we'll apply for the maximum we can get. All right, we do have a motion and second. Call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Teasley?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mayor Stixberry?
Yes, motion carries. Number 5, council discuss purchase of 6 sets of turnout gear. Mr. Smith?
That's the budget item that we had in for rotating the gear, new gear for about, I think this is the last run for 5 sets, right? Eddie?
5 sets instead of 6, Eddie?
No,
No.
6 sets.
Oh, 6.
The 6
Okay.
sets.
It's the last run of 5.
Okay, I'm sorry.
One set is insurance.
One set is the one we had to fool with Hill with. I think Hill's one that brought their thing back with TML.
You know, they sent the city a check,
Okay.
less than $500 deductible.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's
So
done,
it's-
one set's actually done been credited back to the general fund, technically, but 5 sets of purchase, so.
6
total
total.
in budget.
Okay.
Is this the last rotation for new gears or one more? One more
Might
year?
be one more.
Okay. And then now, so we got about 10, this gets down to 5 more sets, and then everybody be rotated out. And that's the first time, it's on 10-year, like a 10-year,
Well, if you go by NFPA rules, it's supposed to be changed more often.
okay. Okay. So it's been several year process of rotating it out, because it's very, very expensive. Y'all don't, a lot of people don't realize what it does cost for a set of turnout gear. It is very, very expensive. But gotta have it. Gotta protect the guys out there protecting us. Okay. Is that in form of motion, sir?
Make a motion to purchase 6 sets.
I'll say.
Discussion? Call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson? Yes. Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mayor Stewart.
Yes, motion carries. All right. Number 6, which was added we need to discuss or vote on the bidding out for the salt spreader and the blade for the truck you pick up. We did budget that item.
Already budgeted.
During budget time, we did budget that. So, we can go ahead and get it on order anyway.
I make a motion to bid that.
Okay. Discussion? Call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson? Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mayor Stewart.
Yes. All right. One more thing. It's not an agenda item, but I received a phone call from Jason Freeman. And he had mentioned about holding a baseball tournament, the 28th and 29th at Asbury Park. He said he has spoken with Jerry Faust. Jerry had no issues, no conflicts, that he would just, get our blessing, I guess, for that. Does anybody have know of anything going on at that time? Does anybody have any issues with? Jason told me that they would have probably, he's looking at maybe 16 teams coming from as far as Sweetwater. They'll have a lot of overnight people, a lot of overnight, be it motels and restaurants, whatever. So I don't think it's something we have to vote on. Does anybody have any issues with that?
What day is it?
The 28th and 29th of July.
No, I think it's a good idea because our 7 and 8-year-old went to state over the weekend and they finished third.
I saw that.
That was my sports for early.
Yeah, that was great. That was,
Yeah, so anything you can bring in, I know all those guys had to, they went down there and stayed the night and stuff like that, so it'll be good business.
yeah. He did say very good possibility up to 16 teams. So that's good. I mean, that's using our ball fields and getting people coming in. So, all right. So, nobody has any issues? Okay. Well, I'll inform him of that. All right. Anything?
Mayor, I need to
Yes.
add an item on the Safe Route grant that came into my office at 4:30 today.
Okay. Is that the sidewalk grant?
That's the sidewalk
It's
grant.
been going on for
No, we still don't have sidewalks. If you'll pass that direction, and we'll pass that direction. This is the original proposal. When, I looked back at my records and we either discussed this in August last year or September last year, so I didn't know if the new councilman had, or the alderman had seen this. Okay, so it must have been that it was approved, and when the engineer brought it in, the county had it. It started out that the county had it, they could administer the grant on a city street. So it had been submitted and approved before it came to the board. When the board looked at it and Ms. Lawson looked at it, what has happened is they have, if you'll look at where north is, because I'm going to talk about north-south, what they did is they cut all of the funding to tie into the housing authority and the apartment complex on Roach Lane, and they eliminated all of the sidewalks on the north side. Are y'all with me? Going toward the subdivisions. Beth talked about that there's only one child, maybe two at the most, that's ever attended the school from Roach Lane Complex. And that there is an alternative route going to, that's more safe, that they've put in with a gate and a sidewalk that enters the back of the housing authority complex. So the sidewalk that would tie into the housing authority is not going to be used for the children of walking to and from school. So at that time, the board communicated with the engineer that if it was at all possible, once that it was, now that it's presented to Carroll, for the money to be put on the north side and go as far as it could toward the subdivisions that lead into Evans Road. And then later on, it could be added to. Are y'all with me so far? So we thought all of that was in place, and I got the documents beginning, and Teresa and I've been working on it since the middle of last week. Nothing was changed. It's still on the old proposal, and they still have sidewalks that will, supposed to tie into the housing authority. I pulled up all of my emails and told them what the direction of the council was and what Ms. Lawson asked, so that the council was on board for the sidewalks on the north side to tie into the subdivisions back there, and I'm in the middle of trying to get that changed. I talked to the person, the supervisor at the state level last August and September, and she said if the engineer would present a map to show that and give a budget for the monies that have been funded, that she would approve it. That did never get done. So I'm asking them to do that now. What I need from the board, if the board's on the plan, as I understand it, is to get the sidewalks on the north side leading to the subdivisions and away from the housing authority, which is already serviced. That she's asked, the engineer project manager is asking for the board to approve a revision and ask so that she can submit it to the state, asking for the project to be funded for sidewalks leading north to those subdivisions. And I have an affidavit tonight for Ms. Lawson that she can say, this is how these kids travel to and from the school, this is the maximum use, and this is where we need those sidewalks.
And that's what I was gonna tell you, is one that wasn't here when we discussed this before. If you're not familiar with Carroll Elementary School, we have a back gate that comes around the back end of the school, and it goes directly into the housing authority. We walk those kids to that back gate every day. We don't do it every morning, like we don't stand there and wait on them in the morning, but the gate is unlocked for them to come through that gate. That way they do not travel out on, what is that, Evans Road?
Elkins Road.
Yeah, Elkins Road. Because it's just too dangerous, because right before the school you have that hump. And then it also shows where like this walkway was gonna go all the way to the apartment complex that's on the other side of the street. And I don't know if we have kids that go to school over there or not, but this that's on the side where Roach Lane is what we were talking about not being necessary, because to me it's safer for those kids to go in and out that back gate at the school. And so that's why I spoke with that gentleman that was here that day and said something about, you know, making it to where they could get to this subdivision and, you know, other places, because that right there to me was wasteful, when it's safer for not to put them kids out there on that side of the road.
And the money can be better, sidewalk can be better utilized.
On the other end.
Yes. But there is a gate there. I mean, if we lock it in the evenings after school, so nobody's, you know, out over on the school property. The last janitor to leave locks it, the first one to get there opens it. So it's opened at like about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. So.
Yeah, if it's not needed on that end, it'd be better used on the other end.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Kathy, is this contract been awarded?
It is awarded, but they haven't done anything out there, I don't think, have they? They contacted me about that they wanted the mayor to sign some more documents, and when I started looking, I looked at it and said, that's not what my board approved, because it was a lengthy discussion that night and considered. So, yes, the money's approved, we know how much that we have, and this is one that was in the budget. I recommended $5,000 just in case we had something that the city had to pick up, but it's supposed to be virtually 100% funded by the state for the sidewalks to and from schools.
How long has this grant been going on?
This is one that knocked us out of the fire truck a few years back.
This grant been going on for what, several years, hasn't it?
Well, I know.
No, this is the one that the county applied for.
Yeah, Kelly got this grant here.
Yeah, and
Right.
but it was like a bigger amount and then it lessened
It
during
started
the
dwindling,
process
yeah.
of, yeah,
Okay.
it being here.
It was awarded, the contracts were signed, I think, last September. But this is the one, the county applied for it, and it came to a screeching halt when their legal counsel said you can't administer a grant on a city street. So they had already gone.
So we
through
have
it.
to administer the grant because it's on our city streets.
Right, it has to be administered by Carroll, and the first time they ever brought it before the board, they had, this was the original map that the engineer, they had submitted it, it had been cut, and they came in and approved the south side without ever asking Carroll or anybody here what the board wanted to be funded. They just did it upon themselves, and it's not. What we had proposed is that as much sidewalk as we could get, and then we could apply for it in future years to extend it. So it's not going to cover everything on the north side, but it'll certainly.
But it'll
Get
basically
toward
be the
that
same length of
it'll be a
sidewalk
start.
that they had proposed here would go to that side.
And what happened was because of the way the housing authority set up, they've got a lot of verbiage and
Right.
that type of thing that they had to tie into. So it should extend farther.
So we're coming out ahead based now
Remember,
on
we put
this.
$5,000 out there in case we had to do anything, but I don't think we did.
We haven't ever spent any money on it at
No,
all.
but
And hopefully we'll
we
never
put a
have
bond
to.
out there for like $5,000 for that.
Right. We had $5,000 in the budget in case there were some incidentals that had to be paid.
Do you need something, an action from us?
I'd like to have a motion that you all approve the revision of the grant to the south sidewalks on the south side of this proposed map, of the map.
Okay.
And to change it from the
South side to the north side?
south, change it from, yes, the south side to the north side.
Okay, well, in order to do this, this will be number 7 on the agenda.
We need to vote to add it.
We need to vote to add to the
I'll make
agenda.
the motion to add it to the agenda.
Okay, I hear a second?
I'll second.
All right. Call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Finley.
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones.
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith.
Yes.
Ms. Ben Wilson.
Yes.
Mr. Dwayne Gibson.
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson.
Yes.
Mayor Stewart.
All right. Now,
Mayor,
number
can I add one other thing to the agenda? I'm sorry I'm late.
Okay,
But can I add one other thing to the agenda while we're doing this?
what is it?
Need to get out to bids for the,
Done deal?
okay.
I figured if you'd probably come that, we got it.
Failed.
Yeah, you voted no on that one.
That's all right. It passed.
All right, now, do I hear a motion on item 7 on the sidewalk? Kathy, could you walk somebody through that motion?
That the motion would be for the council to revise the original motion that was passed, that's reflected in the minutes of September 2016, to change the funding to the north side on the proposed map instead of the south side.
All right, babe, I think you deserve this one,
I'll make that motion, what she
There you
said.
go.
because you worked a lot on this one. This one's yours. So here's second.
Second motion. Read it.
Take the pick. All right, discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Finley.
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones.
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith.
Yes.
Ms. Ben Wilson.
Yes.
Mr. Dwayne Gibson.
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson.
Yes.
Mayor Stewart.
Yes, motion carries. You call Lloyd here now. All right. Any other business come before the board? If not, hear a motion, we adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. All right, thank you all so much for coming.